Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the all-new redesigned 2023 GMC Canyon. This is the Elevation two-wheel drive with crew cab and the short box. This has a starting MSRP just under $40,000 and it is finished off in Summit White. So let's start off with what powers this all-new GMC Canyon. Underneath the hood, this model has the 2.7 liter high output turbocharged inline 4-cylinder. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque. Sent to those rear wheels, it will propel this 4,300 pound mid-size truck from 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds. It has a top speed of 135, and fuel economy is right around 18 miles per gallon in the city, 23 out on the highway. So as we move on to the exterior styling, I think GMC did a really good job. This looks like a mini Sierra in some of the angles, especially with the front grille and just how massive it is. Finished off in black with some black trim accents separating the bodywork from the grille. GMC is right in the middle, plenty of cutouts to provide a lot of cooling to the engine there. And for the lighting, everything is LEDs, and I like how they have the separation for the DRL and turn signal. It's still in the upper section, but it goes all the way around. Fog lights in the lower section. It looks like the Sierra, similar design to it with how that's designed there. Now there's plastic for the front bumper valance. There's some more cutouts to provide even more cooling, 2 tow hooks underneath, and the bumper actually goes up. So this gives it about 33 degrees of an approach angle, so you have a little bit more clearance on the sides. Great lines come down the hood too. I like the distinctive one right in the middle, bulges coming down both sides. And for the side, on the window sticker, it specifies the off-road suspension. This has 18-inch wheels wrapped in these all-terrain tires. Pretty cool combo for this with the color combo. Now there's some plastic for the fender arches along with the reflectors, the elevation badge, gloss black for the side mirrors there. A lot of manufacturers are going to the gloss black trim or the blacked out trim in between the windows just to tie them in a little bit nicer. And with the short box, has really nice proportions to it. Some lines in the lower section of the door there, nothing too distinctive. There's some crisp lines just above the headlight there on the side. For the rear of this truck, GMC Canyon is right in the middle. This has a backup camera, LED lighting. We have the body colored bumper with the bed steps. So there's that along with the grab handle so you can make your way into the bed or exit. And this has a towing capacity up to 7,700 pounds. Now, as we work our way to the short box, we do not have the soft opening tailgate for this model, but we do have the spray-in bed liner with all of the tow hooks. So it gives you a good area to put any items that you need for a truck like this. There's even a ruler on the edge of the tailgate and a pretty cool pattern stamped on the top of that. So with the exterior wrapped up for this all-new Canyon, looking at the rear seats now, door panel is pretty simple, but in a good way. We have leather and stitching, pretty unique trim piece for the grab handle, and then we have the window control, release, and a little bit of storage in that lower section. Now for the elevation trim level, cloth seats. And what I love about the Canyon is that it still retains the storage space underneath the seats. So you can lock these bottoms in the upright position, and that gives you this tray that goes all the way to the passenger side where you can fit some various items. It's nice to have that because the back seats do not fold down. You can adjust the headrest, so if you don't have any passengers in the back, gives you a little bit more visibility, but those are fixed in the upright position. Now in the back, I do have this seat a little bit farther back than I would have it placed, but I'm 5'10". I still have a good bit of space. Cup holders are in the middle with auxiliaries and one USB-C, and I have around an inch or so above my head. The headliner goes back up, so it does give you that added height. Seats are pretty much vertical, but it's comfortable. I could ride around town for the smaller size truck that this is. It is very doable. Now this model also has the solid glass, so there's no opening in the middle, and we do have a storage pocket behind that passenger seat. Now for the front door panel, we also have the lock button which is finished off in chrome. Door panel is just like the rear. There's all the window adjustments, side mirror adjustments, lock and unlock, of course, and the split design for that door panel. We have the manual adjusting front seats. There's a slider bar up front and then some other adjustments located on the side. And for the all-new interior, solid leather for the steering wheel, animations that are neat to look at. On this left side, cruise control settings along with the safety collision there. Right side, there's Bluetooth along with music. You have some shortcuts, a pages button, and then some Bluetooth controls. This still retains volume and tuning on the back side, which is nice to see. But let's fire this up. We can go over the all-new gauge cluster as well as that infotainment system. So currently, this is showing miles per hour. There's some other vitals around it, like your range until empty, what gear you're in, the odometer, outside temperature. If I push on that pages icon, now we can pull up the tach front and center, along with some various vitals that are surrounding that. Pushing on it one more time will split them to both sides with trip information right in the middle. We have music and then miles per hour. So not a whole lot of information, but you can go through that as well as pulling up shortcuts for your audio. Now on the left side, there's a trailer braking system, dimmer switches for the gauges, one air vent. There's also more of that trim that surrounds the gauge cluster. And all new is this just over 11-inch infotainment system. It mimics the Sierra infotainment system very nicely, a little bit smaller. I believe that one's about 14 inches. So it's nice that they brought it down for the size of this truck. Physical button for power and volume is on this left side. And then for all these icons, you can go through all of this as needed, of course. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you can customize this page as needed. If I go into the off-road setting for a two-wheel drive truck, it's interesting to see that. There's the G-force meter here, steering angle, your transfer case. You can look at pitch and roll, PSI for the tires. And then for the overlanding tab, there's a compass along with your elevation. There's a shortcut to the camera system too, so you can look straight down from the rear view. I will get to these two here in just a second. But if we go back to the home icon in the lower left, we're back to these icons, and then there's shortcuts to music along with the Google Maps. When you have your phone paired, you can do that. And then under settings, you have some general information that you can customize as needed. There's the fan speed on the left side, temperature on the right side. All of the other controls are laid out right in the middle. It does not have a dual zone system, but it is straightforward and easy to use. Two air vents underneath that. There's a trailering system, the engine start stop, hazards, lane keeping assist, and then even an auxiliary button that you can utilize. There's some auxiliaries down below along with a good amount of storage. And if I put this into reverse, now we can look at those other two angles. So we have a trailer line right in the middle along with the traditional guidelines and then that top-down view that you saw earlier. Now if I put this into drive, you can also use plus and minus on the side. There's a low range gear too. So if you are towing or you're going off-road, you can utilize that, which is nice to see. Now to the left of that, we have a very odd shaped storage compartment. The key fob is larger than this, so I'm not sure what you would place there. E-brake is just behind that. There's two cup holders with a little bit of storage in the middle. And then for the armrest, you have this removable tray along with an auxiliary and a good amount of storage for any items that you would like to place there. Now for the glove box, a lot more room. And then there's a neat trim piece with more of that brush trim. We'll take a look at visibility as it's very, very open. You really have no blind spots in this entire truck. Up top, there's the dome lights and some call buttons too. But now let's go ahead and get the all new GMC Canyon out on the road. And with another acceleration, here we go. And up to speed very, very quickly. 0 to 60 on paper was around 7.5 seconds. You know, this isn't a 0 to 60 type of vehicle, but for a pickup truck, I think it's adequate. It gets up and moves for that engine. So here is a view at what it's like to drive this sub $40,000 GMC Canyon. Now, in a couple weeks, we will be able to drive the all-new Colorado. So more the Chevy version, of course, compared to the GMC. We will take that one off-road and see what it is like. So getting some seat time behind the wheel for the Canyon is a good, hopefully a good indication how the Chevrolet version will compare. but I really do like how this rides and drives. And visibility is good when you don't have the window sticker there, but it's so comfortable and quiet. And without having the window in the back that opens, we have full visibility of the top of the tailgate. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that from this angle, but I can clearly see the ruler that I showed earlier on the inside lip. So visibility is virtually, it is very good. It's very good. There's hardly any blind spots. Turning radius is good. So if you live in the city, you know, you don't need that next level full-size truck, this is going to be a great option. Very capable for its size and what it has to offer. But I think that is going to wrap it up for this all-new 2023 GMC Canyon. Once again, a huge shout out to Randy Marion GMC for providing this all-new redesigned midsize pickup truck for me today. Be sure to check out their website. That link is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.